Alright, what is up everybody? It is time. We got somebody with the new godly Johnny, fully evolved with the full evolution of Tusk here. So it's very interesting how this guy works. He starts off with Tusk Act 1, you evolve him by doing a couple things in game. Once you evolve him to Tusk Act 4 though, you permanently will have it, so anytime you start a match you will always have Tusk Act 4 now. He's a pretty complicated unit, but we're just going to try and speedrun a showcase today because my Wi-Fi has been really bad. Eventually in a couple days I'll drop a full video of like hitting the unit myself and everything, how he works and all that. So the Johnny unit himself is a 900 placement cost here. He is cheap enough to be a starter unit, right? He's hybrid on placement, line AoE, pretty good stats by himself there. But I think the strongest part about him is that he has the Tusk summon on placement. And look at the damage. This is on placement for 900, he's doing 32 million every 2.95, with his own unique passives as well. So the max evolution passive is just kind of from evolving him to Tusk Act 4, which like new stats and upgrades on him and everything. Infinite spin. Upon attacking enemy, inflict infinite spin, increasing Johnny's damage dealt against this enemy by 25%. When marked enemies leave this unit's range, permanently receive 3% damage per second. Reverse movement for 15 seconds, one-time global occurrence. Apply permanent despair after surviving a minute outside of the unit's range. So permanent despair, rewinding, and buffing Johnny's damage. Dark Determination. After Johnny kills 30 enemies marked with infinite spin, target the strongest unit on the map, each attack regardless of positioning. If the strongest enemy is already in AoE, deal 50% extra damage instead. After this unit targets the strongest enemy on the map 10 times, enter Dark Determination mode for a minute. On entering Dark Determination mode, gain 30% damage, 30% range, and minus 10% SPA. Every 3 attacks, forcefully activates Unstable Vortex, increases infinite spin's damage multiplier from 3% to 15%. Unstable Vortex here, so forcefully activating this one. If this unit has not defeated an enemy in 3+ attacks, attacks now inflict unstable. Enemies in range take 30% of this unit's damage every second. Expires after the unit has defeated any enemy. For every enemy killed, increase infinite spin Johnny damage boost by 2.5% with a 25% increase cap. So even more damage buffing for Johnny. And finally, Wormhole Collapse EX. Once an enemy of special typing enters 70% current range, inflict Extinguish for 10 seconds, very good effect there. Reapply Extinguish every 30 seconds in range and deal 100% of his damage every second for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, permanently receive plus 15% damage from Johnny's Golden Nails. So a lot of this is kind of buffing Johnny, and buffing everyone really, debuffing enemies a lot. Keep in mind, everything we've seen right now is just from the summon, Tusk Act 4, which he is going to get at the start of the game. You place him down for 900. By far, this is the best unit in the game. I mean, even Tusk alone is like really strong for 900 placement. If we upgrade him here, he does have triple as well, by the way. Circle AoE, a very huge AoE. Let me get the attack animation on too. Giant yellow explosion from them. It looks like a barrage from Tusk there. If we max out Tusk here, his DPS is really good. He could be like his own unit alone with that DPS. Look at that. And then shoo me me me. Shoo me me. Shoo me me. Upon activation, inflict infinite spin on all enemies in range. Forcefully enter Dark Determination mode for a minute. Unstable Vortex now activates after 1 attack without a kill. So a very strong mode there. On top of really good damage. Want to use ability? Let's check out the Tusk Act 4 ability here. Shoo me me. Crazy damage numbers for a summon, man, and he was like really expensive to max out, but I mean, he's doing so good. Even on placement he was so strong. Look at that, man. Recap of the passives real quick. These are all the passives. I already read all of them, but oh my goodness, such a strong summon. Now the actual unit, Johnny. On placement he's doing 8.67 mil every 1.89, line AoE hybrid unit. He has the Growing Resolve passive, so it's different for every act of Tusk that you have, but again, once you unlock Tusk Act 4 a single time, you will always start with it. You don't have to unlock it again, you don't have to evolve Tusk anymore. So Growing Resolve with Tusk Act 4, minus 20% SPA, 15% extra range, 15% extra damage, immune to stun, and 10% extra nail damage. Nails being the kind of meter that he uses every few attacks, it'll make sense later. Every 3rd attack Johnny performs on the same enemy perform different functions based on his current Tusk Act. So focusing on Act 4 here, inflict stun, perform a 100% damage follow-up attack, ignore elemental resistances, deal 10% damage every second for 5 seconds, and apply Shred after 5 seconds. Really broken. Golden Nails, here we go. Here's what the meter is actually used for. So Johnny has 10 nails upon placement, which operate on their own SPA. Nail regen and SPA scales off Tusk current act. We check Act 4 here. Fire a nail every 10 seconds, regenerate 1 nail every 7 seconds. Once a nail has been activated, deal 40% current damage and perform different functions based on current lesson. If we check Act 4 here, reverse movement for 6 seconds and inflict Hemorrhage off the 35% current damage. Enemies receive plus 10% damage from Johnny and Tusk with a 50% cap for 30 seconds. Gain 2% current HP with a 200 billion damage cap and an 8-second cooldown. So this unit's a lot to read. Even the summon had like a wall of text with every passive, but I think you can probably understand. This is by far the best unit in the game now. Like, this is actually shocking. If we upgrade Johnny here. By the way, thank you so much to YoGrandmaBM. This guy's the GOAT, man. Showcasing Johnny here, he got it very quickly, and he's goated at showcasing. Spatial wormhole here, circle AoE. Can't really tell if there's an animation there, it doesn't look like there's a special one in particular. Check him out here, he gains the ability Herbal Tea, upgrade 6 here. So, on activation, gain the following buffs for 60 seconds. There is a 3-second less cooldown for golden nails. Nails meter is no longer reduced. Gain 15% damage, 20% range, and nails now deal 50% damage instead of 40%. Check that out later. Upgrade 7, he gains the attack Chew Me 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 Mean and Wormhole, the ability Wormhole. Upon activation, choose an area in range where Johnny and Tusk would teleport to. If activated automatically, skip this effect. Upon teleporting or activating automatically, deal 150% damage in range. On 35% enemy walk speed for 30 seconds. Knockback enemies for 5 seconds, evac for 10 seconds. And if an enemy leaves range while under slow from this ability, inflict Mutilate off of Tusk's damage. Very strong. This is a very strong ability, especially the TP part is very cool. We max out Johnny here, he's doing 826 mil over 3.07, Giant Circle AoE, then Tusk Act 4 is doing 1.5 mil over 3.54. Really strong units, man. Like, this is actually insane. It might look like Tusk Act 4 is actually stronger than Johnny, but keep in mind this guy has like really strong passives with Tusk. Let's check out the abilities here. So, Herbal Tea, he gains a buff. Wormhole. He chooses where to teleport, there we go, he TPs, and no animation really, but that was really cool. He does actually TP the unit. Very nice, okay. So those were the abilities on Johnny. Check out Tusk one more time. The final damage number, 1.83 bill over 3.18. Really strong units, man, this is actually insane. So there's the Johnny unit before Gyro, but keep in mind, as I showed in my like every unit showcase video, we actually have Gyro to buff Johnny even more, and I want to check that out now as well. So YoGrandmaBM has a good Gyro here, this guy's the GOAT. We have the glitch and magical one, but the trade doesn't really matter on this guy. We're looking at the passives here, where every few waves he's going to gain new buffs for Johnny, especially the maxed out one here, less than 5, giving him a huge elemental damage buff and range buff. We check that out now, maxed out Gyro buff on Johnny and Tusk Act 4. Pretty good stats here, we can't really see the elemental buff on Johnny, but look at that range, 216. I mean, that's like full map coverage, man. So if we use every ability now on Tusk Act 4 and Johnny, final stat line with Gyro buff, here's what we're working with. I think hands down, best unit in the game by far. This is crazy. Thank you again, huge thank you to YoGrandmaBM for showcasing this guy and kind of working with me through the showcase and getting Tusk Act 4 and everything. Very interesting unit, very crazy. Hopefully I get this video out soon. I don't know, my Wi-Fi's been pretty iffy today, so no Godly Grind video yet, but here's the showcase done. I'm gonna get this out and go take a nap now. But again, a huge thank you, YoGrandmaBM. I think this unit is crazy, probably best unit in the game by far. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.